reported that at about 2 a.m. on the 6th of April 2010, he slept and woke up following morning and found his mobile phone stolen from his room. There was no break-in. Well, this is still your Community Watch on Focus 94.3. Earlier on, I mentioned that there's been cocoa smuggling going on in the country, and then some security members of the security agencies have been involved or have been discovered to be involved in some of these things as a result of an investigation by ACE investigative journalist Anas Aremeyao Anas, and he joins us live online. Good evening, Anas.
Good evening.
Anas, how are you doing this evening?
Doing well.
Okay, Anas, let's start from what necessitated such an investigation.
Well, cocoa is virtually the backbone of our country's economy. Cocoa or funds from cocoa has supported many families. Many development projects have sprung up in this country. In as much as we had that in the pipeline, our work was greatly facilitated by Ghana Cocoa Board, because this is a national issue, we don't forget. And I won't sit in my office and pretend as if I have the capacity to, within a twinkle of an eye, tell all the cocoa areas in Ghana. I wasn't born in the Brown Hartford, Western, or the Ashanti region, so to say that we did it exclusively on our own is a fallacy. We had to seek assistance, and that helped us to unravel the mystery.
Okay, what were some of the major challenges in this particular investigation?
Well, I think they don't differ from the other investigations that I have conducted. This was a lot of work across the length and breadth of the cocoa growing areas. Also, it came with a lot of, it's an expensive investigation. We are dealing with cocoa, so you can tell the number of bags and the money that exchanged hands and all that. Also, it was difficult because we were testing the security services. It came with its own risk, and then it wasn't an easy work. It was not easy at all.
Okay, Anas, some or most of us should have been watching this on TV now, but for the sake of some listeners, could you go into a summary of what you went through in respect of this particular investigation?
Government has set up a team that they called that dubbed its operation as Operation Hunter. The team was made up of people from the Ghana Police Service, people from Customs Excise Preventive Service, people from the Immigration Service, and some people from the National Security. Now, the main task was to locate and destroy all smugglers around our borders. Don't forget, within some few months, Ghana had lost over $82 million out of cocoa smuggling. So this task force was set up to go to the hinterlands and ensure that our cocoa is not carried outside Ghana. Basically, what I went to do was to go and watch the watchman, to ask myself why Operation Hunter, though government had pumped in so much money into it, was not being successful. So the basic thing we did was to test our existing institutions, to test their credibility, to test and see whether we had good people and bad people who would take a bribe.
Welcome to
Focus
FM.
A lot of my friends listen to it at work.
You want it tomorrow? We made it today.
I just don't grow tired of listening to it.
To
Focus. I love it.
So our purpose was to test the institutions and see how effective they were. Now we found out that it was very easy for SEPs and the immigration and then police to assist you in taking truckloads of cocoa outside Ghana. It was very easy for them to take bribes or better some money from you to ensure that that was done. We also found out that even pesticide and insecticide that were supplied by Ghana to help in ensuring that we do proper cultivation of cocoa were also smuggled out there to Ivory Coast and some portions of Togo. So we also came to realize that people within Côte d'Ivoire, that's the connection men, the patrons they call them, were very strong in and had a lot of impact on our security services. They could control them, they could ask them to do anything, and they would do in the name of smuggling. So it was quite a damning report. It's not exciting to watch, neither is it exciting to hear. It's a very uncomfortable work to do, especially with me coming from a military background. But hey, this is nation building. No matter how small our contribution is, it's important that we also contribute our quota towards national development.
And as following the video, at a point in time, we realized that you were arrested. How did you get to go away, if I may put it?
Well, like I keep saying, before you embark on any investigative work, you ensure that you have effective backups. You anticipate that. What about if you were working with a team, and I must admit I did this together with my team, and someone collapsed? What were you going to do? What about if you were working with a team and all of a sudden somebody was arrested? What were you going to do? So as part of our backup plans, we had mechanisms that ensured that if, whilst testing the system, if you got arrested, there must be one call that is enough to free you. And that indeed, those mechanisms were sharp enough to ensure that we were freed whenever we were arrested.
Okay, Anas, now you've done this investigation, you made your findings. What next? Have you forwarded it to the necessary agency for necessary action to be taken?
From what you have seen, for the first time, I wasn't the one who broke the story. It was my president who broke it first. And it should tell you the level that it's gotten to. You see, Ghanaians, we have often lived in self-denial, believing that everything is all right. That is one aim of this investigation, is to prove that when we say it is happening, we say indeed, people should not take it for granted. At least before they say it is not happening, let them go and see it first. Don't forget, some few months ago I had done same smuggling issue on rice, which we carried on television, and so they were very quick to deny. That's customs, but those were not very clear videos. Those were not their people and all that. So it's one of those things, trying to prove beyond reasonable doubt that indeed this happens within us.
Okay. So Anas, what are some of your recommendations in respect of the findings to better tackle this particular issue of cocoa smuggling?
I think that we have all seen the things that have come up with government. We have seen that government has taken dramatic steps in dealing with this issue. We have heard of interdiction of the men, but hey, we are media men, and we don't have to just say that because we've heard this and that, it means that everything is working. We still must keep our watchdog rule on. We have to ask all the necessary questions. This is not just about me. It's also about your station, calling the SEPS commissioner, calling the immigration boss, finding out what is happening. Once they realize there's some searchlight, then they will take action.